How does that happen, by the way? Whatever.
Hey.
I don't want to talk about it.
It was
He must be the coolest motherfucker in the world with a 12-inch dick.
Yeah, something. Something crazy.
Wow, that mixtape we got to... Wow.
Wow.
That's what you call it. Billy Bob's 12-inch dick.
Yes. Part 1.
Part 1. Let's hit it between the nuts.
Pop it, bitch.
Let's split it.
Ouch.
You got damn near both of them. Okay.
You missed me with the first one. But you got both of them with the second one.
Got both of them with the second one. All right. And welcome, everybody, to the Quickcast for this week. Drop Culture Quickcast, that is. I'm Brock. To the left of me, I got
Tyson.
And right across the table from me, I got
Dan.
All right. How's everybody doing out there? We're doing pretty good because we're recording, and we always have fun doing this. So
Yes.
let's get started with the movies. The movie that I want to mention this week is The Dead Don't Die by Jim Jarmusch. I think it's going to be a really fucking cool movie.
Looks funny.
There's a lot of really big people in it. I mean, Bill Murray's in it, of course. Adam Driver, Tilda Swinton, Chloe Sevigny, Steve Buscemi, Danny Glover. I think it's going to be a cool movie.
Yeah,
it's going to be a cool take on it.
That trademark Jarmusch dry wit.
Yeah.
Mixed with Adam Driver's deep voice and Bill Murray in zombies.
Well, Iggy Pop's a zombie in it.
Yeah,
so
I
think he's
right.
like a lead zombie.
Tom Waits is in it.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody that he normally uses that are smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, I just assumed Tom Waits was in it. I didn't actually check.
I bet he is. Yeah,
no,
probably.
I'm just kidding. I did. But he puts him in everything.
Yeah, seriously. No, I think it's going to be a cool movie. It'll be one of those that is not really big in the theaters, but when everybody sees it, they're going to enjoy it. You know, I'm
down.
Did they show it at Cannes? I don't know if they did.
It opened cons.
Did it? Yeah. I know that they were
opening night. I don't know.
There's some pretty big ones, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like we talked about last week. But literally, I think this one will be a really funny movie all the way through.
Good segue from that. The Lighthouse played the guy. Robert Pattinson, remember, is in that, and Willem Dafoe, and it looks really cool.
You mean the new Batman?
Possibly.
Maybe.
That's a little bit of rumor and innuendo there. We're not sure.
Possibly him.
Could be.
But I heard The Lighthouse is really good and kind of eerie, and it has some Lovecraftian-esque tones to it. It's about these two lighthouse keepers. One of them's kind of training the other one, and it's in like the 20s or 30s. It's in black and white.
I like it already.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
So let me get this straight. Robert Pattinson is training Willem Dafoe.
No, Willem Dafoe is the older gentleman.
I should have figured.
Pattinson.
I mean, they're the same age.
Well, the last time I saw Pattinson, wasn't he like 500 years old?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, Twilight. Right? Yeah.
Maybe he's a vampire in this one,
That's
too.
That's right. Maybe he glows. And he's in the sunshine.
Yeah.
And this is directed by Robert Eggers. He made The Witch.
Oh,
yeah.
So this is his follow-up to
Thomason.
I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
My wife does not like that because something happens to a baby.
Right.
Yeah.
She doesn't like when anything happens to a baby. So.
When you have kids, it's kind of...
I'm like, well, that's how witches fly, baby. That's how witches fly.
I don't think that's really true. I invented the catapult.
Oh,
So there is a way to make...
Patent pending.
That's right. Patent pending, yeah. We need to go to school? Let me adjust that tension.
Yes. Yeah. We'll shoot you over there. Come on, that's the catchphrase. We'll shoot you to school.
Right.
No need for the bus.
Come on, kids. I can see the commercial now.
Well, what happened also is the new Rambo 5 trailer came out.
Yes, Last
Rambo,
Blood.
yes.
Oh, it's gonna be pretty killer. The last Rambo was epic, and this one should be the best bookend to all of these two.
Well, it's awesome because he's back home.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
to some degree.
Yes, for the first time, he comes back to Bowie, Arizona, and he's actually in the States. So it's just like it was the first one. It's full circle.
Yeah.
So he comes back, but he's
First
actually
blood,
stationary
Last
now.
Blood. If you ain't
So he's
first,
not
you're
wondering.
last.
Yeah. Because
Get him, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. Because he was the Wanderer in all the other ones. And
Right.
He was like building temples for Buddhists and then like helping the Taliban and shit. You know.
Okay.
So,
Helping the Taliban.
America.
I think he like saved Chernobyl or some shit in one of them. It was like Rambo.
I've
3.
never seen the third one.
Yeah, I just remember Afghan, right?
Yep.
Wasn't it with
Afghanistan. It was during the Afghan. Afghan-Russian conflicts that they would have and everything like that. So
doesn't he shoot down
which is, by the way,
helicopter with a bow and arrow?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
He did that twice.
I'll be honest, out of the whole series, First Blood is amazing. It was a great movie. And then the 2009 Rambo?
Yep.
2008.
Rambo was really good.
Just
as well.
Rambo titled.
Just titled Rambo. Yeah. So that one was dope.
So if it's in the vein of those movies, I'm cool.
Yep.
I didn't really like the bombastic Rambo 2 or First Blood Part 2 Rambo.
First Blood Part 2.
The part out of all those movies that really gets me is whenever he's sitting above the grave of the Vietnamese woman that he fell in love with in 5 minutes. And his hands are like gripping the dirt. And he's like, and the fucking rain's coming down, but the sun is shining. And then he puts on the fucking headband and he's got 3 arrows and he takes down all the rest of Vietnam.
Well, I think the part that really did me in, and I was obviously a young child, right? I think it was where he pops out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got 2 M60s, like one in each hand.
Oh, man.
Brutal.
I don't know if anybody here has ever fired an M60. That's not how that's going to work.
Only
brother.
Rambo can do that.
Yeah, like Rambo. And then I think Chuck Norris actually imitated that in Missing in Action, but it was different, 2 different guns.
Yeah,
There was an Uzi. There were 2 Uzis.
That was Invasion USA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Him in his action pants.
Damn.
Action pants.
Action pants.
That's right. Go to dropculture.com and you can order some action pants.
Action pants.
And
They're used, by
action,
the way.
Action pants and business socks.
Yeah, with
For you
boots.
Flight of the Conchords fans.
So, any other movies you guys want to mention this week? Coming out? Anything?
Coming out.
Coming out.
What you got?
Coming
Nope.
out.
I got nothing.
Okay.
I got
All
nothing.
right.
That's it.
Moving on.
Well, let's move on to the new DVDs. I know Captain Marvel's coming out here pretty soon. That was
It is on digital right now.
it was a good movie in the theaters. I thought it was a good tie into the whole series, and I think it's going to
okay.
It wasn't great.
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed.
I
I
like-
don't think Brie Larson's pretty mechanical.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
there's
good
something
point.
about her. It's like reminds me, oddly enough, that we just made a joke about it. That girl from Twilight with the lack of emotion.
Oh yeah.
You know, she's the same emotion the whole like.
I don't
God
know.
awful
I'm
amount of
just,
movies there
I
were.
don't know. I don't know.
I'm
so
confused and depressed. I don't really know what to
I just
do.
can't deal with these.
I like Brie Larson, but
It's not that I don't like her, but I just thought that delivery of that character, there was not a lot of character there.
She kind of like fell into a role really quick, and then she was cocky all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then she became still cocky.
5 years later, she
when-
was cocky.
Yeah, and she's like, there's a lot of other planets, and it's happening everywhere. I'm taking
I mean,
care
she
of
had a
everything.
point.
Yeah, yeah, she's Captain Marvel. She could breathe in space. Was she really breathing? I don't know.
I'm sure she surrounds herself in some sort of air bubble.
Oh,
I don't think she does. I
No,
don't think she does. I think none of that bothers her.
she's Captain Marvel.
That's
goddammit.
right.
And
Marvelous.
and then a good different kind of a movie would be Leprechaun Returns. Now I don't know if I want to watch this, which I will, because I think I stopped at Leprechaun in the Hood or something.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I
It
remember
was
that one, yep.
kind of done after that, because they've made like 4 more after that. Did
they really?
Yeah, I think Warwick
Oh,
Davis
wow.
isn't in this one.
Really?
He might be a producer or something like that, but he's not the Leprechaun in this one. And I haven't seen anything else coming out here pretty soon, besides these 2 that are going to be notable for me. So of course, Tyson, you got any?
Well, and then on
I've got-
DVD too, we also Batman versus the Ninja Turtles.
That's what I
Oh
was
yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
Weird tone to that movie. Pretty crazy. The art is kind of a little cartoony. They do have a lot of the villains of Gotham in it, which is kind of cool.
It looked pretty
Um,
violent.
And one of the that was the weird thing because of the art and that it was violent. It
Doesn't
was
lead
just
to
a
it.
weird mix.
Weird- okay.
And it was it's like brought to you by Warner Brothers and Nickelodeon. So you could expect
Yeah, you
what you
tell,
could expect from Nickelodeon.
you could tell by my grr I wasn't impressed.
Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja
Well,
Turtles.
so it's basically, and just plot spoiler alert if you don't want to know. It's Shredder and Ra's al Ghul,
right.
Ah.
team up. But there's a lot of Gotham villains in it.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So
Oh,
I mean, probably worth watching if you're a Batman fan or a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, and if you love them both, you probably have to watch it.
Yeah. Well, I watched Secret of the Ooze the other day just because we were talking about one of the other characters from it the other night.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash.
Nope. Yeah, Kevin Nash was in it too.
Shredder.
Yeah, which he had one of the shittiest death scenes in any kind of movie. Like the docks fell on him. No, he fucking fell into a dump truck. The movie before, and he still lived.
That first Turtles movie still is formidable. It stands up.
It's
It
more
holds
like
up.
their original kind of comic book that they had. I mean,
No, I think that
I think it's more in line than anything else.
Well,
other
you
than
had
the actual comic.
what you had was Raphael, and that's what made it mostly like the comic.
Yep.
Because they developed his character, and him and Leonardo were really the only two that they developed in that movie. Michelangelo was just an idiot running around being Michelangelo, which is kind of what he is. And Donnie was there.
Yeah.
But really, Raphael was the main driving this story. And
Sure.
and if you've read even the Batman or the original Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's who team up together.
It's an IDW comic,
it's very
crossover with IDW and DC,
and it's similar in this story.
Cool. I mean, I would pick it up. Hopefully, it goes to the DC Universe streaming app, and I can just watch it on there. But
yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd probably recommend that.
I'm liking that app more and more every day that I use it, just because I'm not really big into DC. But now that I have access to it, thank you very much, Tyson.
You're welcome.
I like looking through it, and now I'm reading more. And just because of that.
And one of the things I heard, then we might have mentioned this a while back, and forgive me, but I've heard that they're going to add their entire library to that.
I hope so. Yeah,
just every DC comic on there.
That would be amazing
for streaming, watching capabilities.
Do that before Marvel does it. Awesome.
Well, I don't think Marvel will do it because they're going to be part of that Disney Pass thing. I don't know that they'll do the same.
They'll
they have unlimited. I'm not sure how unlimited works.
What would be cool is if they somehow just had it as an add-on.
Yeah.
If you're paying X amount for it now on, let's say, unlimited, because that is a monthly subscription, what if they cut that in half and you could add it onto your Disney Pass?
Yep.
I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have to get the Disney Pass because it's got the Marvel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's got
the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say it has a Star Wars franchise. Then just all the Disney stuff anyways.
We're ushering into a new... exactly, right?
And possibly the Alien and Predator franchises.
Well, we're literally we're at the cusp of a new. No,
you're fine.
We're at the cusp of a new type of TV. Netflix kind of started it, but with this right here, because everybody now, I love comics, and not necessarily. But then whenever you add in the Disney part of it, the TV shows are going to start getting better and better and better.
I don't disagree with that, but I think back to whether it would go on the Disney Pass. I don't think so for those Predator movies, things like that. I think it would go to Hulu because that's they're majorly owned by Disney as well, and they're already had said that they're going to put most of their mature stuff on Hulu.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
Like the Marvel animated stuff that's been announced, like the Deadpool and things like that. More to your point, Brock, this cusp of this revolution. Some people think we're in like a bubble. It's gonna pop here soon. You've got the Hulu.
I could see.
You've got all these streaming services.
Yeah.
It's too many streaming services.
I could see.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I think it'll evolve.
Yeah,
I think it's going to evolve. Netflix is popular. A lot of people have Hulu is popular. You've got the DC, and like I said, if they do something unique where they have all the comics on there, that's going back to every Action comic. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't disagree with that, but I think with Hulu and Disney Pass, you have an evolution that'll happen pretty naturally, I would assume.
Yeah.
Hulu does live TV.
Yep.
They can.
You have that option, right?
Yeah.
And you could add Disney Pass for a fee like you would HBO.
Yeah.
And that's your streaming service. That's what you have at home.
You can add Shudder to it right now, too.
Absolutely.
Which I'm thinking about doing.
Can you add, like Amazon Prime, you can buy like Starz subscriptions or HBO. Can you do that on there too?
I assume.
Oh,
I don't know.
See, that's what I think Prime has Shudder where you can get it through your Amazon subscription. Because I was looking at it the other day. It's only like $4, but it's all the horror movies that we all love. So
I'm a collector, so one thing that happens with me is I've ended up building a digital library now of movies. So even if I were to go somewhere where I don't have a streaming service, I have like at least 20 or more movies already just on there in a variety too. So
and I think the other side of this too is as you have these companies coming out with their streaming services, right? what they could cannibalize could be a Netflix.
Yep.
I mean, I know that's why Netflix delves so hard into the original content. And they did have a strong showing even after they pulled the Marvel stuff.